things I'm going to work on today, or at least to show what I did yesterday and this morning. You can now say, for example, let's show this example. If you drag and drop something onto the editor, there's now a handler to do something with that text or image or path to, I guess, file, multiple files, image, or whatever you drag and drop on there. So I'm just going to demonstrate by console logging what you drop on there. So this will be on drop, and I'll just take a screenshot of that and then drop that on here, and you can see that it console logged out the path to that file rather than pasting the text. So if you don't include on drop in there, so we'll just remove this. I just commented out. If you don't include on drop on there and you were to take a screenshot and drag it on there, then it'll paste the path to that file. So CleanShot uses looks like in application support, like a temp path to where that file is. And if you were to drop, one thing I did is, let me show in Finder, like if I go grab these 4 files and I drag them on here, that'll just paste the 4 files on 4 different lines. So you can see just a line separated list. I figured that was probably most expected. And if you wanted to change that, you could format it in that on drop handler. So I did that. In a similar thing with on paste, you can hook into paste, but that's only for pasting images from the clipboard. So it didn't really make sense to I'd need to think of a way to get in between the on paste handler and someone pressing Command V, because after you press Command V, if you want to still set the text, you need to send a Command V, which then triggers an infinite loop of pasting, which is solvable. I just didn't think it was important to tackle, so I just didn't implement that yet. What I want to work on right now is we'll do like testing long running. I was talking to Taylor. He said he has a long running thing. So let's see. It's like while sleep 1 do echo hi and done. So every second this is telling it to execute hi, and right now you wouldn't see this anywhere, you wouldn't get any feedback. So if I just did long running, it just sits there and you can see that there's an indication that there's a secondary task going on that's not being displayed in the UI. If you ever see that loading bar, it's doing its best to tell you that there's something going on in the background. And if you don't do anything right now, and the UI just kind of sits there until you hit escape, and that will clear it out. Now, if you go into long running and you want it to just run, you can hide this, and then so now this is running in the background, and the UI is hidden, and it's essentially been a backgrounded process. And the list of running processes after you have a single process, so by default it's just one process running, but if there's one in the background running, this indicates up here that there's 2 processes running. You can either click on this or hit Command P for process, P for process. And you can see that processes is this current UI that we're looking at right now. It's called processes. And there's also this, the long running thing that we hid and set in the background. And these are both of their process IDs. If you look at, we'll pull up the activity monitor. And we bring this up again. If I look at 47488, I think I can search in here, maybe not. Anyway, it's in here wherever 47488 is this one. So you can see there's a node process running with that process ID. And what I wanted to add here is, right now I have it, the only thing you can do right now is terminate the process. I also want it to be able to open the log of that file. So if that background process is using console log or any sort of logging, that gets written to a file. So there's a in here. So in your Kit environment, your Ken, there's a logs directory, and there's a .log file of any of your scripts that console log out. So the testing long running isn't logging out anything yet. But if I do long running, I say console log demo of a log, this should fire it up. So let me remove the other one. Long running. So we now have testing long running. You can see that it created that line and now it's doing that background thing. Now we want that background, the exec that it ran to also print the log. And it's been a while since I've done this. But I think it's something like testing long running. I think exec returns returns the child process, and I think, is it child on message? I think this is it. Oops. Is this the best way to do it? I mean, this is the fairly normal way of doing it. So let me pull that out, and it's just going to echo hi a bunch of times. Assuming I might need to string this. Okay, so let's do long running now, and then hey Constantine, the process is great actually. Is not what I expected. Testing long running. Child on data. Message error close disconnect. Why isn't that? Let me do this and try that. It's been too long since I've done this. Child data to string. that should be pushing random numbers to the UI, but it's not. I'm gonna have to. Is there a standard? It might be this. Where's that? I can't remember the API of this standard IO. Let me pull up. Where's the message that it reads? The chat. Okay, so sorry, it's always fun reading documentation while people are watching. So we don't want to wait for it to complete. And that's what this would do. We want that should be, that might be what we're looking for, piping the standard out. Let's try that. Do I have another script that does that? Standard out. Pipe. I remember a while ago I was trying to work on a friendlier API for this. Something I could share. Can create a new writable. Let me see if there's a new writable. All right, so this is one of those things where you use it occasionally, but then you always have to look up what you did. All right, let's try this. Copy that, and then pipe all of that to the writable stream. Child all true, child all pipe to the writable stream. And now this should, okay, so running, let me terminate that, and then running, I didn't want that to hide. That error. Can't remember if I exposed writable. I think I did. Writable from stream. is that error right now? It's silently failing on that. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's that all setting. Okay, I wasn't using all correctly. Okay, so that's what I was going for. And this is, when you console log, it opens up this tiny little debug window where you can, but you'll also see it's logging to this log file. And right now it's running in the background. And if you use, let's close that out. And long running, if you use log instead of console log, then it'll just log to the log file. So we'll do that instead. I want to see why all.pipe is all true. All true. All property on a promise and the result value of the property contains the output of the process interleaved. Yeah, I mean, I'd want standard out and standard error and everything interleaved. It's a fun word, interleaved. Long running. Okay, so that's not. It says to pass in an object, all set to true. I'm not using execa. So exec is aliased to execa. So it might not look like I'm using it, but the default exec in ScriptKit is execa. That actually had to do with, it was originally using the exec from Shell.js, but Shell.js had issues on Windows with exec. And so that's why I switched over to execa. But running just failing silently. No, wait. Cannot read properties of undefined. Oh, that log was from something else. All dot. Is my other one that has all dot pipe work? Download Chrome video. So this is getting the URL from the active tab. Okay, let's see if that script still works. We'll try and download a short video. This one. Download it to our downloads directory. That one's working. So something's different. So an object with all to true, child.all.pipe. All.pipe. Execa.pipe. I don't think I changed anything from this. That's the same, right? That's the same. I mean, the other one did look like this, but that shouldn't make any difference. Oh, now this should console log. Linux is kind of supported. There's a build I haven't looked at in a long time that works for Ubuntu, and I tested it on a VM. One of the goals is to actually raise some money to hire someone to work on the Linux build. It's just, and the Windows builds, it's something I don't have the time to support myself. There's too many other things going on. But eventually I would love to have Linux, Windows, and everything supported by hiring people to work on it in open source and get that out to everyone. So running compatible stream. That's just echoing high every second. It's like something's let me bring this command over to the other script. All pipe. All true, all pipe. Okay, so whoops. Paste that in and we'll hold command, drop that in there. Now this should be the same. Download Chrome video. Is my command malformatted? This is one of those things where I'm missing something really obvious. Spawn while. that just a malformed string? So it's thinking there's a command called while. And that's a shell reserved word. But it's trying to spawn it in here. I wonder, that worked when it was. Something with using all must interfere with using the while word, but not sure what that would be. I wonder if I quote that. Testing long. Still trying to spawn while. My bash foo is outdated. CSH while loop. Which change shell? How do you echo your current shell? I can't remember. Under which CSH, bin CSH. Unless the shell option is used, long running shell bin CSH. Okay, that's what it was. It wasn't using a shell, so while it was failing. Awesome. So that was a silly thing that is now solved. Do I need to use the full path for that? Nope. Okay. All right, so now if we were to launch this in the UI, testing, long running, sweet. Okay. And we'll hide this. Let me clear the log. And then testing long running, and you'll see the messages being printed to the log. All of that being done just so I could long running. You can also long running. You set the log to false. It'll hide the log. So even if, I guess if it reopens in the main UI. But we can go into testing long running, switch this over to log, and then it'll log to that log file. So now the processes file, if we look at that, so terminate a script process. So the processes have the ID and the path on them. Do I have like a get log from script path? I don't think I used that at all. All right, so I believe I can do it where skip process. This would be log faults. We don't want to see logs in there. And select process. Process list. We'll do like a hint of select a process to view logs or terminate, something like that. That's not the best language, but it seems okay. All right, and then this process ID. We want the value instead of the ID. We're going to return the entire object, which should have the script path and the ID on it. Oh, wait a second. That's what this is doing. So this one checks like the process script. We'll check to see if any processes were added, because a process can be added through a schedule or a watcher, or through the background, or other things can trigger a process. So it updates every second, even if it's just sitting there. And then this is the PID. Script path PID. Okay. So we want, this will be clearable ID await. Select action. terminate. PID for view logs. Hey, I just nice job, Copilot. Let's do it like this. Name value logs, and then this can be terminate, value terminate, action if action equals logs, if action equals terminate. And do I have a get logs? Yeah. I just guessed that I had that, but I do not. So we'll do an edit. Log path is going to be script path. Have to path dir name script path. And path resolve up a directory logs, and then path base name. Let me do a path parse on the script path. And parse returns file extension, file name including extension. So the name, we'll want to do the name plus .log. So dir the root dir up a directory, then logs, then name. Okay, so dir name so dir up a directory logs name plus log. Log path. Let's see if that works. Long running. Open this. We'll select our long running. We'll say view logs, and now we can check out the logs. Sweet. Let's make sure I can still terminate. That looked good. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. It's funny that like making the demo for that was more difficult than actually building what I wanted to build for it. we don't need to do that. Let's do this too. So script path parse script path. This can be script.base script.base description can be the I like putting that PID first. Script path. All right, so fire up long running again. Go to our process list. Let's go to long running. Oh, I didn't include the descriptions. Processes, view logs. Actually, let's just do that. View process log. I think that reads better. If I go to here. All right. Looks good to me. Processes. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to remove. Someone mentioned it in chat. It was a it was in file search. And it was this one. Terminal. So that's opening in the terminal. And Yeah, I don't think I'm just gonna get rid of this one. That's what that means, right? So if I file search for PNG, is that working? Where'd that terminal go? What happens if you cd stand git cd downloads stand. Okay. So if it is a file, we'll parse the path, and if it is a file, let's see. File search, open terminal. Oops. Is dir file. That looks good. Let's try that. So we do a file search for whatever. We'll go here. Open in terminal. Okay, and then if I cool, that's working. All right. This way, if you do a file search and you pick either a file or the path, it'll open the terminal to that path. Put the files in or just that path. Which I think is, that's what I would want. Open file path and terminal, copy path. That looks pretty good. Okay, is there anything else on my list of things? Yeah, that was that one. All right. Happy Friday, Christian. How's it going? I dropped a new build in the Discord that has some fun new features if you want to check it out. What I want to get done in the next half hour is to update the examples that ship with a fresh install of script kit. So here, as these examples, I want to add a cheat sheet. So the first thing you see, I made it so that if you set a script to an index, it'll put it at that index regardless. This should work. If I put it at 1, it should be the second one. Or I guess it'll index it based on if other ones have indexes or indices. So since this is the only one with an index, it goes first. So I'll put the cheat sheet at the top, so it'll have like a list of just to help people understand everything that's there when they first open it. I'm not even sure if I have that repo checked out. Examples, I do. AAA script, yeah. I think that should be enabled in the build you have if you want to try it out. I did that, I think, last week. I didn't mention it. It's not like a huge thing or anything. I'm curious if I want it to save a cheat sheet file that somebody could update and add their own notes. I think that would make sense. It's also a way of showing off the editor. So content, can path, where's a good place to save this? Docs, cheat sheet. Is that, I don't think it's marked down or anything. Is there a better directory to save that in? I can just save it in the root, actually. Yeah, it's a lot. One of my first, if I'm able to raise some money to get people to help me with this, like thing number one is hiring someone for documentation. And I would actually say part of the job is to like interview me twice a week and take notes. Just throw questions at me. Otherwise I won't think of everything if I try and do it. So their job would be to pester me and then write down all that stuff. Actually, let's do. Let's just say this is a markdown file. Yeah, thanks, Christian. It was I had a hard time putting it into words for a long time. The idea of like unlocking apps, because it's so often compared to Alfred and Raycast and everything, but I've never thought of it that way. I've always thought of it as a script first thing with UI elements. Kind of like how Bootstrap and other like frameworks provide UI elements for the web. It's almost like UI elements for scripts. That's one of the ways I think about it, but it's mainly like quickly creating scripts, a kit for scripts. Let's do cheat sheet path. Take your own notes. Value. Command S to save. You too. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Oops. Cheat sheet. Let value equal weight. Let me delete this. create and fill with content. Populate seems like a weird word. Create with content. How about that? All right. Yeah, I like this. That'll work. Okay, so let me grab this. Yeah, that's fine. What I want to do with my journal script over. Okay. Someone's going to create their own local copy of the cheat sheet, and you update the default one with some new feature. True. That is true. They would see the updated script. So if they looked at this, they would see that this had changed. But they would never, like this, it wouldn't modify their file, if that makes sense. Yeah, it would still be at the top and would still have, like I could put like release, I don't know, like some sort of release notes inside of the script in this string. I don't know, is there like a better place or better way of doing this? It's just one of those discovery sort of things. How can they discover these features if I don't show it right in their faces? It is tempting to do things like a tip of the day, like ScriptKit doing a notification each day, like highlighting a feature of it. But I think like a small percentage of people would love it, but everyone else would hate the notifications because they don't want to use all of those things. I mean, it's most people use a tool for like one purpose and then don't care about the rest of it. So, yeah. I wonder. Like, just trying to think of gentle nudges that I could do inside the app itself, but without getting in the way of them getting what they're trying to do done. It's so easy to be annoying, you know. And the last thing I want to do is annoy a user. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like after this next release, ScriptKit will have settled enough on its feature set. Like, all of this stuff is pretty recent. And this was when Zach challenged me. He's like, you know what, I want to uninstall Alfred, but I'm going to need this, and this. And so I built all that stuff into ScriptKit. Now, like, feature-wise, things should slow down quite a bit, and I can focus on any small bugs that pop up or performance things or whatever. So, I mean, I do have like big plans for bigger features in the future, but those will take a while. Like, one reason I like this as a cheat sheet is it's a common scenario too. They can see how to create a file, how to update it, and how to save it. And you can assign. I really like ScriptKit as a note-taking app for people. Like, you could, after you save here, and I'm going to add this journal script. I need to change the. Do I use that journal path? I do. Okay. And journal dir, and this can be does path allow me to give them I guess I'll use set description, journal. Select a directory, select a journal. How's it going? I don't know. Let's try that. Oh, did I pass in an object in that? Oh, do I have journal dir in my .n? Do. Okay. Received undefined. Oh, that's why. Oh, I don't need to do how's it going? It puts the it puts the date at the top or the file name at the top right there. All right, let me get rid of that. Journal there again. My new, let me see if this works. I haven't tested this in a while. Cool. So, pretty good. And if I look at my new journal, oops, you can see that file in there. Open VS Code. Sweet. I like that. One thing I need to do is so this saves on escape or footer. File saves. Cool, and journal, delete all this and click outside. Oh, is blur not firing? Journal. Okay. All right. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so I like journal as it is now. I'm gonna move that over to this. I'm actually gonna get rid of clipboard history. And what's the other one that I wanted to look at? Cheat sheet. Oh, so sample template. Well, sample template. Sure. Yeah, that's a good enough template for me, I guess. Sample. And then a sample snippet. How about that? Okay, sample snippet. We'll copy that. And template. Let's do here. That'll work. And I think that's all I wanted to add. A sample for the oops, did I? All right, I'm going to push those. I guess I could do that from here. Dev. Cheat. repeat snippets. Well, I don't want to push the examples until the build's out, actually, or else people installing the current build might think there's features that there isn't. So I'm gonna hold off on that. All right, I think I achieved what I hope to achieve there. And I'll push the build out tomorrow. And it should be good to go. Cool. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I'll be back next week.